Former Resident Electoral Commissioner of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), Igini, has blamed the subversion of democracy in Nigeria on the failure of the judiciary to stand firm in defense of democracy and the rule of law. Igini said if democracy dies in Nigeria, the blame would lie with lawyers who failed to defend it, adding that the remains of democracy would be left at the doorstep of the judiciary. He spoke on Tuesday at the 2026 Goodluck Jonathan Foundation Democracy Dialogue in Bauchi, the Bauchi state capital. Hear him.
Once you cut the source of supply of arrogance, they will be like lily pod. I presided over election in 7 states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In a particular state, a politician declared publicly before election, 48 hours to election, that by Saturday, by 12 o'clock, 2 p.m., the result would have won the election. Because historically, they were used to writing election result. But I was clear that under our watch, that the will of the people is what will govern in that election. In that election, that politician could not even make it. How much more for the party was even campaigning for? The professors who were used to write the results, we proceeded against them and got all of them jailed. As we are heading for election, whether in Africa or that part of the country, in Nigeria, as I speak to you, politicians are already going to the university communities to reach out to the professors, to the academics. And of course, they try to use the federal agencies that INEC will normally use as collation officers and returning officers. They are already reaching out to them. Final point. No credible election can take place in the African continent when, for instance, in Nigeria, you have an electoral act that says that a ballot paper that does not bear the serial number of INEC shall be taken into account. What election are you expecting to happen? 2, we have in the current 2026 Electoral Act a provision that says that a presiding officer, a ward collection officer, a returning officer that fails to comply with INEC regulation and guideline under section 133, 38, it shall not be a ground for nullifying election. And furthermore, that such individuals, when those matters are challenged in court, it shall not be necessary. It shall not be necessary to bring them to court. Yet, we are going for 2027 election. Violating, ignoring the first alteration initiated by President Goodluck Jonathan under section 160 of the Constitution of the Fatherland to the effect that an EMB must be independent, and EMB must be unfettered to do what is right under section 160. He was the first to make that alteration. And 48 hours to the 2015 elections, what happened? Section 52 that prohibited the use of INEC procedure. President Goodluck Jonathan signed a new act to remove that. Of course, in Nigeria said they were looking for an iron bender in 2015. So we got an iron bender, as a gentleman to lead. So to me, whether democracy will have a hopeful future on the basis of political parties, which are indeed at the essential organ of democratic practice, and judiciary that should stand tall and mighty, they must copy what happened in England. And that is that the honors of how well election is conducted in Africa continent should be placed on the EMB, and they must adopt inquisitorial method, not adversarial method. That is the only way we can give to ourselves and future generations whose faces we are yet to see, whose name we may never know, that give to them one thing, which is nothing but a heritage of democratic hope. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Stay informed and ahead of the curve. Follow Earth News for real-time updates, breaking news, and exclusive content. Don't miss a headline.